Hi there, YouTube fans. This is Matt, a post-April 6th YouTube channel. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And now, there it is again. I'm going to enjoy a nice Thanksgiving meal, even though it's not turkey. I had turkey earlier today, and believe me, I'm really going to enjoy it. So stay tuned, there's going to be more. Have a good time, everyone, and please stay tuned. Hi there, YouTube fans. I'm back again. Yeah, it's 2 days later. Why don't I go ahead and give an explanation about what happened. The video photograph and the still photograph that you just saw right before I appeared was taken inside of IHOP on South Colorado Boulevard, and that is a very, very good restaurant. What I chose to eat was a pot roast dinner that consisted of pot roast, or shredded beef pot roast, mashed potatoes, a side salad, and the side salad had honey mustard dressing instead of ranch dressing, and a slice of garlic Texas toast, or Texas toast garlic bread. And I was drinking coffee because I needed it, because I only slept the night before for about 5 hours, and I had to be up at a little after 9:30, and I struggled to get awake and get myself going, and finally at about 9:50 I just got up. I did the dishes the night before, so I got the cooking done, and after that I showered and shaved, and then got a ride set up with Uber, and I was only about a couple minutes late, but they didn't care. They got what they needed because they were busy at the grocery store. And I did a lot of ringing up of groceries. The amount of money I rang up that day, I mean, just me alone, that's not including the whole store. Just the cashiering that I did was probably easily over $40,000. And when you got a lot of orders that range between the price of about roughly about $6 and change to over $300, you can accumulate or have a sales figures of $40,000 quite easily. And approximately around 2:30 thereabouts, that's the best guess I can make, a rather well-seasoned shift manager who was a secretary for the human resources manager when I very first met her back in 2018 to 2020 at the other grocery store I worked at that was on South Monaco Boulevard, named Mary. She came in and relieved me to go ahead and go eat some turkey. And what I did was I logged out, let her, and then she logged in immediately afterwards, after I walked away from the register, and then I walked all the way over to the other side of the building, and then I go upstairs, and I go through a special door that only employees can go through, and I just went all the way down that way, a long ways, and then I turned right, and then I went all the way down that way, this direction. Oh boy, it was a long walk, and it was where the food prep kitchen is, where they do the rotisserie and they do some other complicated stuff for products that the store sells. Okay, so even though I had to wait a little bit, a guy who worked in the deli comes up, and he goes in to an area that only he would be allowed to go into, and he gets out a one of those storage containers that would usually be for combos of chicken, chicken tenders or chicken legs and chicken wings that the customer would buy. And there was mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and some turkey, and a roll, a nice dinner roll. So I quickly walked over to the break room, and I heated things up just a little bit because it was a little cold. And then I ate the turkey, and I ate the mashed potatoes and gravy, and I ate the mac and cheese. And periodically I'd take a bite of the dinner roll, and I kept taking sips of either water or cherry Coke. And then after I was doing that, I made sure to immediately get downstairs and help him out. And I stayed there until a little after 4 p.m. because even after 4 p.m. we were a little bit busy. I was working self-checkout, and I was there until about 10 after 4. And then when everybody left, then it was okay for me to go ahead and clock out and leave. And then I got an Uber ride set up to go to IHOP, and I ate what I just already mentioned. And after I was done eating that, I struggled and struggled and struggled and struggled with the IHOP app, and the only thing I could do was scan a special barcode so I could get more points with, it's called something like pancake points. And then what I did was I go to the cashier and I paid the bill, and then I wait out in the waiting area in the it's another part of the waiting area of the lobby, and I waited for a Lyft ride, and the Lyft driver was efficient, but his GPS system was a little screwed up because he kind of took what I call the long way around to nowhere way. Because see, what he did was he should have turned south on South Colorado Boulevard to get to Camden, but he didn't do that. What he did was he got onto the highway and he goes all the way down to the University Boulevard exit, and then he turns around this way, and then he gets in the other lane, and he gets all the way back up, and he gets back on Colorado Boulevard, which was frustrating. I didn't say anything to him. I just went along with it. And then what I did, or excuse me, then what he did was he turned left on South Colorado Boulevard to go south. And then what he does is when he's supposed to get off of South Colorado Boulevard, he gets off and he goes to Hamden, and we just keep going down Hamden until we get to the spot. Actually, I'm gonna have to correct that. That's not true. That's not right. What he actually did was he keeps going on I-25 until he gets to Hamden. Then he turns on Hamden. Then he goes down to my apartment. And what I did was, is as soon as I got home, I watched some more things on YouTube. And after I had been home for about a little over an hour, I was just like, I was pretty drowsy. So I got into my bathrobe and I just took a nap. I was bushed. And then what I did was, after I napped for a couple of hours, I get up and because I needed to take a shower again because my legs were bugging me. They were like itching and they were feeling really dry. So I took another shower and I got into my pants and I got on a nice clean shirt. And then I went, and sooner or later I made some more food, but for the life of me, I just don't remember what I made. Oh, I do remember. That's right. I think what I made, yeah, I did make it. And it was in the freezer. It was meat. It was Stouffer's meatloaf with mashed potatoes. Yeah, I had that later on. And then I just kept watching TV until I just couldn't keep awake anymore. And I went to sleep, and I slept in until at least 12:45. I was zonked. And then what I did was I get up, I do the dishes, I make the food, and then I shower and shave, and I make sure to get a Uber ride to work so I get to work right on time. In fact, while I'm doing this vlog, my cute kitty cat just came over to my side of the bed to lay down a little bit. Let's take a look at what she's doing. Hi, sweetie. Hi, you're on YouTube. Did you know that? Yeah, you're on YouTube. You're looking right into the camera. You got such a cute cat face. Yeah, you're a wonderful cat. Okay. I got up for a second and I turned on the floor lamp a little bit brighter, and I adjusted the tripod. Okay, now, so once I got to work, oh boy, I was busy. I rang up so many people, it was unbelievable. And I stayed there until 10 o'clock. Yeah. And anyways, then what I did, a little after 9:30, I bought some groceries that I needed, because I wrote down a grocery list. It was several things that I needed. I paid for them. I get back to my register for a little bit, and then they have me shut down my register. And then what they do is they have me help out with self-checkout for the last 15 to 20 minutes. And then after 10 o'clock, I got a ride home, and I made a couple of chili dogs, and I just watched some more TV. Yeah. And then what I did was I stayed up till a little after 2:30, and then I got into bed and I crashed. I was tired. And I slept for a while, and then I got up and used the bathroom, talking about today. Earlier today, really early today. And then I did the dish. I did a few more dishes, just a little bit, because I did the same thing the night before that I did on Wednesday night, which is wash dishes, so I would be better prepared if I slept a little late. And then I did some more. I cooked breakfast, and then I showered and shaved, and I got dressed and I got a ride set up, and then I got to work. I arrived about 4 minutes early, roughly, and then I rushed upstairs to get my apron on and all that good stuff, and I was at work from 3:30 until close again, and I was too glad to get home when I got home. And then what happens is right after I got home, I reheated some chili, and I grilled a couple of nice beef brisket hot dogs, and reheated the buns, and then after the beef franks or the beef hot dogs were grilled the way I wanted them to be. I put chili on them, then I put some cheese, and I put it in the microwave for about 35 seconds to melt the cheese, and then I ate those too, and whew, I kept watching a 2-hour and 20s, or actually it was the remainder of a 2-hour and 26-minute vlog of Sleeper Dude. Man, that guy can really do some of the hardest work you could possibly imagine to a front end that was not in very good shape on this old International postal truck. I mean, it was used in the 50s and the 60s. It was old. It was really old. And then I watched some other things on YouTube, and I got a load of laundry done. And then after I got that out of the dryer, I got on here, and I did a nice YouTube vlog. And excuse me. One other thing that I really feel bad about is that woman who was shot in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I really feel terrible that she died young. That's really an ugly way to die. I hope the Lord took her home. I hope she's in the kingdom of heaven. I mean, I don't remember her name, so I'm not going to say her name, because if I say her name, what I think it is, and then I go back and look at it, knowing my luck, I'm going to be wrong, and then I'm going to have to correct it. But God rest her soul. Okay. Oh, here's before I end the vlog, why don't I talk about a couple of other things about what I saw on eBay, or I almost did it again. YouTube. I saw it's called Quiz something channel, and what they do is they show a either childhood photograph or a high school yearbook photograph of the star. And when I saw Jim Morrison, I knew right away it was him, and I was right. And when I saw Samuel L. Jackson, I said to myself, Samuel L. Jackson, and then they show a recent photograph of him, and oh, sure enough, it was him. And when I saw a guy with an African American with an afro, I thought, is that Jimi Hendrix? It wasn't. It was Prince. Actually, his full name is Prince Roger Nilsson. Yeah. That's his birth name. It's too bad he did what he did to himself. It's too bad. And I saw the high school photograph of, let me adjust this a little bit, there we go. I saw the high school photograph of Steve Martin, very good comedian, very funny. And I saw I can't remember for sure if it was her. I might have seen the high school photograph of Stevie Nicks. And I think I might have seen one. I saw one for a couple of other female vocalists, female musicians. But the ones that I saw, I should remember who, what I saw first and then who I saw, but I just don't remember. I just don't remember, but I remember looking quite a bit. And I saw Zach Wilde. I saw his photograph, and the guy who was Dimebag, who unfortunately got gunned down. Yeah, it was really a sad way that he died. And the one surprise of who I thought I would see a high school photograph of was Eddie Van Halen's brother, who, God bless him, is still alive. I'm referring to Alex Van Halen. I didn't see one. And I was like, you put one out there for Eddie, but you don't put up Alex. And Alex is still with us. And he's written a good book about his brother and, being a musician and all that. Why can't you put one up of Alex Van Halen? I don't get it. Oh, what can you do? I'm not gonna list a nasty comment about it in the comments. I'm just gonna say whatever and let it go. Okay, a couple more things that have nothing to do with what I already talked about before I end the vlog, and this is something I've not talked about yet. I bought some. I don't want to say the number of tablets, because that could, even though I'd be allowed to talk about the over-the-counter medication, I got a feeling that I might be cited for saying how many capsules. Let's put it this way: it's a smaller bottle instead of the larger bottle of this particular cold medicine, Cold Snap. I bought one of those because the grocery store I work at, they haven't gotten the newer ones in yet. The newest batch in yet. I guess it's on, not double back order or back order, but it's in the process of getting to the store. When it's going to get here, I don't know. Am I going to bug the upper management about it? No, because if I do that too much, that's not going to look good on my job record, and I don't want to ruin my job record. I want to be thought of as a really good guy who doesn't ask a bunch of questions just to satisfy myself. And the other one that I bought was a wallet to replace the wallet that I got. It says it's California Beaches wallet, and it's got enough compartments in it that it has more storage than what I've got right now. And I think the wallet's going to get to me before the Cold Snap will get to me, is the way it's looking. So, well, that's about it for now. Thank you everyone, and goodbye, and I hope all of you have a Merry Christmas, and I hope you get some really good deals on some on the things you wish to buy for your loved ones and for your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.